Hello, welcome to Real Perspective. I'm Russell, and this is Steve, and we're going to talk about 4 different movies today. We're going to go up to talk about Boys in the Boat, which is a George Clooney directed movie. We're going to talk about The Color Purple, which is a remake, and then another remake. It's a remake of the movie, but it's also a remake of the Broadway musical.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Aquaman and The Lost Kingdom. And we're going to talk about one that's making some waves called Leave the World Behind.
All righty. Well, good. Okay, Russell, before we start into there, let's just, we got to place ourselves where we're at in time. And last night was the Golden Globes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and from what what I'm understanding is one of the ones that we did, what was that, Poor Things?
Poor Things, yeah.
Yeah, the Poor Thing. Anyway, Emma Stone, she got a Golden Globe for that movie. So even though we just kind of, as a Christian, we don't play into, I don't think we really go for a bunch of that sex in the movie.
No, not so much, and especially since it was in a disguise of woman power.
Yeah.
I don't see that being something that you want to go, hey, yeah, go ahead, go do that. As we talked about in that one, that really bothered me. But, I love Emma Stone.
She's a good actress. I mean, from
and I'm glad she won this, but I'm not glad for that movie.
Okay, and another big winner was Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Have you seen Oppenheimer?
I have. It's a good movie.
Okay, all righty. And there was a few, just a couple others, but mainly most of there was like 3 or 4 that just took the night. Yeah. So it was really, no, anyway. If you watch that kind of stuff, fine. There's controversy about, I was talking to Russell about controversy about Taylor Swift going around the internet, and the comedian made a joke about her. She didn't like it too well. Oh, well, whatever. So I don't know. Those... back in the day, those shows used to be really exciting. I'd watch
and
them.
Funny. They're funny still now, but as we talked about before, it seems like Hollywood has lost their sense of humor when it's talking about themselves. Yeah. They're okay bashing other people.
Don't make a joke about me.
Don't make a joke about me. I don't want to do that. We heard the slap that was heard around the world last year. So,
that was
all because of the joke.
Right?
Yeah, the Oscars. That was all because
Will
of the joke.
Smith smacked that. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, well, we'll see if we have a repeat this year of that. The Golden Globes is just the beginning of all of that stuff, right?
It is.
And it rolls to the. Anyway, but okay, so that kind of tells you where we're at in time. And okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to play the trailer for The Boys in the Boat. So we'll be right back.
There are some moments in life you never forget. The Depression hit everyone hard. No jobs, no food. We were broke.
Looks like you still owe a balance on this semester.
So what's that about, making some money?
You're the wrong team. You're on it, you get a part-time job, included cheap place to live.
8-man crew is the most difficult team sport in the world. The average human body is just not meant for such things. Most of you will not be chosen.
Beautiful speech, Coach.
You're announcing the team today. Are you going to make it?
We rode out of need.
Come on, boys!
The need to stay in school, the need to eat, to sleep.
We gotta keep these, right? As long as we stay on the team.
Washington Huskies coach is bringing an inexperienced boat to competition.
They said we couldn't compete with the richest schools in the nation.
The Washington boat has taken the lead. Washington has done it!
I got 9 seconds under the course record.
Olympic year this year. Olympic year? I didn't realize.
That bunch of kids rode like no one else that's ever come through here. Everybody else tires and it just gets stronger.
We have a boat that I believe could qualify for an Olympic spot.
Hope you know what you're doing.
They said we couldn't beat the Germans.
We gotta beat those other schools first, but Coach says we had a shot.
Maybe we can row as a team.
If you guys don't get yourselves figured out, you're not racing at all.
The boys, that boat, Saga.
But they didn't understand who we were.
The show what's in this book.
I don't believe what I'm seeing!
Best exposed. They're connected. Sweat and pain.
For what it's worth, I'm proud of you, boys.
Inspiring.
You missed the part where I told him not to tip over.
And I
Roll for your country. Roll for each other.
For all the people who never believed in you! As one! As one!
Okay. Well.
Okay, so let me tell you,
Okay.
I love this movie.
All right.
First of all, I love any kind of, just underdog movie, and what makes it even better is when they're true. You know, Rudy's like one of my all-time favorites. I love Rudy.
Yes.
It's just such an inspiring movie. Well, this is as well.
Okay.
So it's Joe Egerton. It's got you'll see people that you kind of know from, but it's not like big names.
Okay.
However, the big name is George Clooney, who directed it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Clooney
He did a great job on this, too.
Yeah.
So this is one story that I'd never heard of before, but what it is that back in the 30s, in 1936, it was University of Washington.
Okay.
They had these freshmen coming in. You know, we had the Depression happening there, and you had these guys that were trying to pay for their schooling, and they started doing rowing. They focused on one main guy. Kellium Turner is his name, and so what they do and that's the actor's name.
Okay.
So what he does is his character is trying to pay for schooling, finds out that in rowing they're giving you a real job. They're going to pay you to do rowing and do the competitions. The rowing, yeah. And so they go and do this, and it's a freshman team. And they go, and it's like them going all the way to the Olympics. Possibly.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So this is 1936. The Olympics were in Berlin. You guys know what's happening or about to happen at the end of in the 30s. But anyway, this is about the story about the rowers, their challenges, not only to how good they were and working to be the best, but other people not wanting them to succeed because they were not upperclassmen. They were not, the sophomores, the juniors, or the seniors, and they didn't put their time in. But these guys were great. It's got some really great storylines in there that's entangled in there. It's just a wonderful movie, and it's so inspiring. Now, unlike Rudy and other movies like that, it doesn't move really fast, so there's a little bit of slow to it. But it's such a great movie, and I encourage anybody to go see it. It's got just a little bit of language, so I think it's PG-13 for language, but usually that's basically the coaches yelling and screaming and saying a few expletives. Yeah. But other than that, it's just a wholesome movie about these rowers, and Clooney does a great job bringing this to light. I really loved it.
You really liked this song. Yeah. Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the actor, the main actor, I haven't seen him too much myself, but Callum Turner.
Yeah.
Is he British?
I think he is, but I'm not.
British actor. Yeah.
He's been in a couple of movies.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yes.
Those
exactly the Harry Potter.
Harry Potter flows. Yeah.
He's done great work, but I think, to me, this is one of his better ones. And then, of course, Joe Egerton, you'll see him in other movies. Yeah. He's been in The Green Knight, 13 Lives. If you haven't seen either one of those movies, those are worth seeing. Those are really cool. Green Knight's kind of weird, but 13 Lives is such a great movie. He's kind of a character actor you'll see in a lot of things. Okay. Colin, I liked him in a movie called The Green Room. But it's not exactly like a big broadcast.
Yeah, it's not like a smaller
stuff. But he excels here. Every single person excels here. I think it's just the people, the acting was fantastic. The story is awesome. The music is, the soundtrack is really cool. But it's just such
what kind of music are they?
It's just I just like the way the movie.
Just the way that the music
it goes with it. It flows with the movie really well.
Yeah.
But my main thing is that uplifting of these people that everybody's saying you can't do it, and they do
Mm-hmm.
it. And then, of course, at the end, one of the things that's cool is they show all the pictures of the real people.
The real people.
And it's just
Okay.
a great uplifting movie.
So it's worthwhile. Okay,
Absolutely.
let me give it the questions. Okay, wokeness.
None. They don't do that.
Okay, and so there was no gay characters
No,
in there?
no, not that I can think
The
of.
trans?
No, not at all.
Okay.
And they actually, what's interesting is that they touch on a little bit, just a little bit of the static that was about to happen, and because of Hitler.
Yes.
But
Oh,
you
this
just
is
see just a
okay.
tiny bit of it. That's very, very small, because you're just seeing, right before that happened, because of course the 36 Olympics were in Berlin.
Okay.
And right after that is when a lot of the static started happening.
George Clooney. I mean, he as director. This right here. Of course, we know him from all the way back. What ER?
ER, yeah.
ER, and then
I'll even go further than that.
Okay, go back.
If you watch The Facts of Life.
Seriously,
he was like a guest star in The Facts of Life.
And the people around there going, what? What was that? The Facts of Life back in the 70s?
Yes.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
we are that old.
Yeah, and anyway, but George Clooney, and then all those other movies. There were a bunch of thieves.
Yeah, the
Julia Roberts.
Yeah. But the one that always gets him is Batman.
Yeah, and people did not like him as Batman.
They did not like him. Did not like it. He was okay, but the suit is what got it.
I haven't seen it yet, but in the new Flash movie, did he make an appearance?
I refuse to watch the new Flash movie.
Okay, so
because of Ezra Miller, I don't
guy
like what he did.
I
think he's just not a very great person.
Okay.
And I did not want to support him. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real about this. And the things that he did in real life, if a regular person had done that, they'd been locked up.
Yeah.
And I will not support that movie because of that. I think they should have just put that away and not do it.
It's interesting. Are they still allowing him to be in movies? Because
the
dude that was I'm trying to remember what his name is. But he was the guy who plays in the Avengers movies, the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
A guy who's playing Kane, the Conqueror. They kicked him out so fast that he got convicted.
Yeah.
Of abusing, domestic abuse or whatever.
And they kick people out for being accused of, but this guy, he kidnapped a person. He did a lot of bad things, and it was just like, really, you're going to still? And they kept thinking we're going to not put this movie out. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Okay.
But anyway, that's going down a big rabbit hole.
Yeah, let's not walk that.
So
we
anyway,
could go there
for this movie.
So how many? Okay, so let me see that. Any particular themes that come out of it? What is the main theme?
The main theme is just you can overcome. You can do this.
Yeah.
I mean, there are little mini stories in there because it talks about. I mean, basically the main character is homeless. You're talking about the Depression, the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And he's homeless, and his dad had left to go find work, but he just basically left him without a place to live. So you have that part there.
Okay.
And how and that's why he's doing the rowing, because he was just trying to go in there and go to school. But as far as theme, it is cool. You can do it. You can do it. Whatever you've got to pull yourself. To me, it's like pull yourself up by your bootstrap, and go and do this, and you do the work, and you're going to get the reward. So
I like that kind of.
So I think that's a lot of.
That's where a lot of us have come from. We didn't have
have
a lot handed to us. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we talk about our reels from 1 to 10. How many reels would you give this one?
8.
8?
8, yeah.
8.
It's a really good movie.
8 reels on the Boys in the Boat. Now, we were talking. This is on streaming now.
I'm not sure if it's on streaming now. We're a little behind because
we're trying.
Some of us were sick with the flu. And so we're catching up on everything. So
but I did see placards of it on Prime,
Yeah,
so
maybe
I
on Prime
think
now.
it may be on there. But anyway, eight reels on this. It's a recommendation. So let's go on to the next one here. And what's the next one?
the next one is The Color Purple, the 2023 version.
Okay, so is this a remake?
It's a
or
remake.
Is it a
Okay, so
continuation?
it's a remake of the movie, but it's also a remake of the Broadway musical.
Oh.
So it's more on the musical side, but it's the exact same story. It's a story, but it's just the Broadway musical part.
Okay, well, we're going to show you the trailer, and go ahead and watch that right now. We'll be right back.
The Color Purple is now a Golden Globe nominee.
Now it's over.
Don't keep me waiting.
You keep your head held high, just like Mama taught us.
Whatever I say, go.
You got to stand up.
Hell no.
There's gonna be some changes made.
This ain't me. Hush. We need to look like we belong.
It's time to see the world. Hell no. Oh, Miss Celia, you look good. Hell no. Don't be no fool. Don't waste your time. Any man that hurts you ain't worth a dime. No, no, no.
I done had enough of you.
Oh, man, all you got to say, you need to say, you better say.
The women at this table have lost their minds.
Now you're preaching.
Hell no. You and all that disrespect and head to the door. When I do my dance, only time I'm on the floor. And I don't even let a man take me that low.
All righty. Well, I do like musicals.
Yes, I do too.
Now, give us your take on The Color Purple.
This was really good. I did enjoy the old Colored Purple. I thought it had a great cast, a great story, everything. This is the same way. I hear a lot of people saying it wasn't as good. You have to look at it as a different kind of movie. It's a full-on musical. It's a lot of fun, but it's also very humbling, depressing, uplifting, all of that same time. Okay. And if you don't know the story, it's Fantasia, who does a great job in the main character here. She plays a woman that is. Her and her sister are like inseparable, and the sister is played by Halle Berry, not the big actress Halle Berry, but the one who did the Little Mermaid just recently.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
So she does that. This is a movie about sisters. This is a movie about family, and she's not as bright as her sister is, and she gets kind of used by men, and her dad actually really is abusive a lot of ways. There's her dad is like incestuous, stuff like that, and then he sells her to someone. This is just such a sad story during that part of it, and so it tumbles down all the way through the different characters as you go through this. And basically, this is a movie about family. This is a movie about sisters and the love of sisterhood that can get you through anything. So I don't want to give too much on this, too much away. There's so many things that happen in this movie that like I said, you're going to be laughing at one moment, you're going to be crying at another moment, you're going to be very depressed at a moment, but then you're going to be uplifted.
Okay.
It's like any story that has to go through the good people have to go through tough times. This woman goes through it all. I mean, it's just a tough movie to watch on sometimes. But again, it goes through, and it's such a good story as it goes through. And with that, one of the other people that I like is Taraji Henson.
Yes.
She's got such a great part in here, and she's just a force to be reckoned with. That actress is just so wonderful. I've seen her in so many things. Hidden Figures is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, sure. Hidden Figures.
Hustle and Flow was fun, but I love his. Hidden Figures was just a
she was even on TV shows.
Yes, she has. She's been on a lot of TV shows. So, anyways, this is a great movie. It's a musical. And so some of the music is sad because you're talking about things that she's gone through, and some of it is just fantastic and uplifting. But I think it's worth a watch. I had a great time in the movie. I did watch the original Color Purple before I went to see it, and I wanted to compare.
Was in that.
She was in. Actually, she's in both because she's a cameo in this one.
She is a cameo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you don't like Whoopi, don't let that keep you from this movie because it really is.
Don't watch the view.
It's just a very little bit. Now this is PG-13, and I will say this: language, got sexual situations, and it's got some violence in it. So you see this poor girl going through a lot, and it's just such a sad story about everything that she goes through. But it is a cool movie. It is a really good movie. It is a very uplifting movie, and it just, like I said, it touches on sisterhood. It touches on what family does for each other. So I really like this, and the bad things that they do, that some do, and that she had to get through it. So again, I would highly recommend this movie. I really would.
Now, does she come out on top of this? I mean, does she work her way through it?
Tragedy. No. It's a sad story, but good ending and make you feel good type of thing. It is a good thing.
Stuff.
Like I said, it's all about going through tragedy, but knowing, as you learn that if you have someone beside you, your sister,
she
goes through a lot of that. But yeah, that's what it is. It's all about that.
I'm just looking down the actors, and
there's a lot of great actors.
Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah. He's good, but I will tell you,
he was back in Roots back in the day.
And some of these people that are good actors that you see in this are not necessarily great. I mean, they're good acting in here. Don't get me wrong, but they're not good people in the story.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really good. And
87 years old.
Yeah.
Moment.
And he has a bit part in it. He doesn't have a huge part, but it's a pivotal part.
Okay. And so Oprah, it appears, backed this show, and she was one of the producers, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Now, what kind of music?
All kinds of music. I mean, it's a lot of jazz, gospel. I mean, with Taraji, she's a singer, a lounge singer, a singer that goes around all over the place, and she comes back to where she came from and all this stuff. So it's a lot of jazz, a lot of hymnals, a lot of stuff, just a gamut of different blues and stuff like that.
No, but the thing was the music good?
The music was very good.
Okay,
really
good.
Yeah, really good.
Now, the original Color Purple, back in the day with Whoopi, when she was playing the main, I think she played the main part.
Yes, one of the main characters.
Okay. Now, that didn't have any music in it?
No.
No. Well, when you say music, it's, from,
Yeah, but not, it wasn't a musical.
Not a musical.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, is this for children?
It is PG-13, so not for little children.
Okay.
Now, it all depends, as I say every time, what your comfortable level is with your kids, 13, 14, 15. If you don't allow them to hear the language, then don't take them. I think that, and then again, if you are sensitive to language, then don't see this movie. But it does have language in it. It's like I said, it's PG-13, so you're not going to get a whole big bag of bad language, but there is still some, and there are, like I said, sexual situations here, as I said before, because the dad was incestuous, and so some of the stuff, they don't really, none of that is shown, but it is implied, And there are scenes in there that really just kind of just really make you want to cry for this poor girl and what she's gone through. So yeah, it's not for kids at all. And use your good judgment. I think that as Christians, that's what we need to do, is use our judgment. I've always felt like I will watch a movie before I let my kids see it if I thought there might have been something questionable. Because I want to know that. Again, a great source is IMDb, and you can go to that and you can see, it'll say language, and it'll tell you how many times whatever words are used. It'll tell you anything sexual, anything if there's any nudity in it.
And it's good to kind of, you need to do that. You'd walk into something like this, and you got your little kid asking you, Mom, what's incest? Why is that daddy trying to do that to her?
Yeah.
That type of thing.
And that's what you really want. You want to be able to be prepared. So you don't want to take your kids to movies unaware. And that's part of why we wanted to do this, is because we want to get people, to as Christians, what movies do you be prepared to go see?
Be prepared to see. We're gonna give you the scoop. Now, as a Christian, if there's a movie like this, what was did you feel like, man, should I be in this thing, or should I walk out, or any of that?
I never felt that way on this one at all. It is a good story, and that like I said before, that one was a great movie. That first half, the one that Emma Stone did, but it was like, it gave me it's one of those feelings like man, I need to go take a shower now. I don't get this at all from this. This is such a great movie and a great story, that the upliftingness and the tragedy of this girl from beginning to the success all the way through is such a great story, that those little bitty moments that are there aren't, they didn't bother me.
I am looking at a huge list of possible nominations and awards for this thing.
Yeah.
This is something else. Okay. Wokeness.
No, because
they were trying to tell a story about somebody's life.
They're telling a story. Now, you got to understand, this is, post-slavery. It is still when black people were treated bad. So you see a lot of that. But that was a time that we lived in at that time. Well, I'm not that old, but that was at that time. But again, you see some of that. If you're not comfortable seeing something from the past, and it makes you uncomfortable, don't go see it. If you don't like that kind of feeling, there's some people that don't want to know about what happened in the past. But for the like I said, this centers on it mostly centers on the black community, and the characters are all that, and it's such a good story. It's just a really, really good story. So I didn't say anything woke.
Okay, alrighty. Now there was this is an acting debut for now it looks like she's an R&B singer and songwriter called Her.
Yeah, Her. I don't remember the character she did, but she did a good job. I will say that I was impressed. Every single person in there did a great job acting. I really loved it, even from the smaller parts all the way up to. I think it just was done very well. And Her, seeing that, I've only known her by seeing her on music shows and stuff like that, and I actually liked some of the songs that she put out before that I heard. I don't know much. I've not listened to her albums and stuff, but I've seen her on TV shows. But I think she did a great job. And like I said, with Fantasia, she's only done a couple of movies. She's not like huge, but I believe, this one was really good. I thought she did such a great job in this.
Okay.
So
fantastic. And okay, cool. Okay, so what kind of theme would you pull out of this thing?
It's the main theme.
Reality.
It's essentially, I'll tell you this. There's a lot of people out there, I think now, and I want to say, like a lot of nowadays people, the generation now, if they go through, I lost my phone for a day,
Oh, yeah.
they fall apart.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is truly what tragedy is about. This is truly a sad story that they overcome. I think that's the main thing. You can get through anything in life. There's a lot of us that's gone through some tough times, but as my parents always told me, you can sit there and you can complain about what you went through, but if you turn around, you're going to see 20 people that went through something a lot worse than you did.
Yeah.
And so over and over and over again, and everyone can see that. You can go and look at, just walk down the street and see people that have had a worse life than you.
Yes.
So, I mean, I remember when I went through, me and my kids went through our divorce. I remember taking my kids and we went and I had them, we all volunteered at the Special Olympics. Or we also went to, like the shelter, like the food shelters.
Yes.
And we donated our time. I was teaching them at that time that you're going through a tough time now because we're going through this divorce, but we're not that bad off. There are people that's worse off than us. But even the people that we were serving, there's people worse off than them. So it's just cycle of life, and I think that's basically what this is.
No, that's good. And, I think we need to slap a reality. Because a lot of times we sit there and we complain about, well, this isn't right or that isn't right. Man, there are people, we're over here, well, I don't have this, or I'm tight this week, or we're tight this month for finances. There are people out on the street that don't have any money, that are they're eating out of garbage cans, and we don't realize that people go through things even worse than us.
Yeah, and look, and I'm going to be very blunt here. Very blunt. Because someone gave you the wrong, did a wrong pronoun to you, you're not suffering. I'm sorry. Just because your cell phone just got hurt and you're out cell phone, you're not suffering. Just because your internet went out for an hour, you're not suffering. This is because we've become a society that was spoiled, and any tiny little thing is an affront to us. But when you see this movie and you see real pain, real suffering, and the ability to get above that, that is what this is about.
Yeah. All righty. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10 reels, what would you rate?
Say 9.
9.
Yeah, I absolutely
even better than
Boys in the Boat. It's just, of course, again, I like musicals. But I mean, I like uplifting musicals where some of it is in this, but it's the storytelling in this through the music was phenomenal, and then you have the non-musical parts, but that were still very, very well told.
Okay, well, great.
Absolutely fantastic.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, we're going to take a break right now, and we'll be back with our last two shortly. Welcome to the Foundations Network. The Foundations Network is a new Roku-based streaming channel that provides biblical teaching, thought, podcasts, music, entertainment, and coming soon, children's programming, and so much more, all from a Christian's perspective. You can access the station by searching for the Foundations Network on your Roku device or Roku television. Join us today and start watching quality Christian programming. Okay, well, that's good. So, okay, Russell, what is the next movie on the list?
The next one is Aquaman 2, or Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. The Lost Kingdom.
Okay, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Watch the trailer. We'll be right back.
4 years ago, I was basically unemployed. A wanderer with no home. But now, I'm a husband and a father. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't know how you did it, Pops. My job was a little less stressful than yours. Oh yeah, I finally got a job. I'm the king of Atlantis. million people from every known species in the sea call this place home. But that doesn't mean they all like me. I'm gonna kill Aquaman and destroy everything he holds dear. I'm gonna murder his family and burn his kingdom to ash.
He must be stopped, or a global meltdown is imminent.
I think I know someone might be able to help us. Ooh, you look rough. Good job, little brother. High five.
Do not call me brother. I cannot believe you let this happen.
Yeah, well, I hate this job.
True king builds bridges, right?
True king builds bridges.
We need to find Manta.
He's different now. He's stronger than before.
It's the Black Trident. During King Atlan's time, there were 7 kingdoms. And the Trident was a curse upon them all.
The Trident's dark magic is spreading.
He means to end the bloodline.
I don't know what lies ahead, but we can't leave our children a world without hope.
You're not as bad at this as you think. If you lead, the 7 kingdoms will follow.
Another superhero movie.
Yep.
Okay, well, Russell, give us your take.
All right, so first of all, when I was a kid, I loved Aquaman. I thought it was cool to be able to talk to animals in the sea and talk to, do that. But as I got older, I realized, like, the very first time they showed Aquaman in one of the superhero movies, I'm going, he's kind of a not any good type of superhero. They're out there fighting the bad guys. The only thing he can do is, well, I'm going to give a wave to, put a wave out there and do I'm just not that crazy about him.
Okay.
I do like Jason Momoa. I think he's a cool, fun actor. I think what brings life Aquaman is Jason Momoa's characteristics and character and his ability to laugh at himself and laugh at everything else and just have fun with this. That's still here. The last Aquaman movie, to me, was lackluster. I thought it was okay. I thought the visuals were cool.
Yeah, the visuals.
It was okay. This one I liked better.
Okay.
Just still Aquaman, and I'm sorry.
He's not the you have Superman, you have Batman. They've done like 1,000 movies on Batman. I mean, and Superman when it comes to DC.
Yeah,
right.
DC.
Okay, but Aquaman.
This one is still cool. What I liked about it is Jason Momoa comes back, of course, and then you have Patrick Wilson, who plays his brother. He's in prison because he tried to overthrow everything back the other time. And he is out of prison because I think his name was Black. I can't remember his name now.
Okay.
But he comes back and
it's called Black Manta.
Black Manta.
Abdul Mateen.
Yeah. And he comes back to get revenge on the death of his father.
Okay.
So he's attacking Aquaman and the whole kingdom. It's like I said, it's a fun movie. It's better than that first one, but to me, it just was still lackluster. Okay. I just don't. The visuals again were the same. It was kind of cool. Jason Momoa still has that same sense of humor. He's got a son now, and you knew that once you see the son, that's going to come into play later. Mm-hmm. You knew once you see his mom is Nicole Kidman. Once you see a lot of the family stuff and the cutesy and the stuff like that, foreshadowing this is going to come back and he's going to have to save them. So it's one of those kind of movies that while fun, I just think I could have done without it. I mean, it's just, if you had just taken the first movie and, pasted the same stuff, just a little bit more, different story and just a tiny bit. It's most of the same type of things.
Okay.
So I'm not as impressed as Aquaman as a lot of people are. I think Momoa's fun, but I think that this could have been a better movie.
Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, Amber Heard. Who is she? Is his wife?
That's his wife. I'm not that crazy about Amber. You know, all the stuff that she did.
All the stuff. The controversy of Amber Heard.
Yeah. So luckily, she's not in too many of the scenes, so you don't have to put up with her. Mm-hmm. But it's just a fact of the matter of there's just not a lot of substance to this movie. It's fun, and I enjoyed it when I watched it. I really did. But it's just it's kind of like eating cotton candy. It's good for that moment, but it doesn't fill you up, and it's just kind of just empty substance. And that's the way I feel about it. Like I said, I just don't think that he's that good of a superhero. But Jason Momoa, to his credit,
Momoa awesome. He's a star. I mean,
he's a star.
You know, I think he wasn't. He was one of the main characters in Game of Thrones, wasn't he? The Khal Drogo or whatever.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway,
briefly.
Yeah, we do not recommend Game of Thrones or any sequel or none of that. But at the same time, he stars in another one called C on Apple Plus.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. So.
And anyway, but he's tall dude, big dude,
and he's fun. He's actually. Personally, I think he was made to play Aquaman. He's got the physique. He's got the look. He's rugged. He's everything about him I like.
Yeah.
I just don't like the story, and I don't like the whole thing with that. You know.
Maybe it's me, but DC in their movies fall into second or maybe even worse place when it comes to comparing them to Marvel.
Absolutely.
Marvel has hold of their movies. DC, I don't know. The first ones always seem dark to me.
Yeah. But I think looking back, I love DC. I love the Batman series in the 80s. I love the Batman series in the 90s. I loved the Superman series back with Christopher Reeve. Even all the way back to George Reeves. But I think what happens is they go, here's my thing that I'm thinking is what's happening. We're going to do Superman, but let's do a twist.
Yeah.
It was like going, no, don't do a twist. Do traditional Superman, traditional Batman. I don't want brooding Batman where he's like, oh, should I be doing this? I don't know. I don't care for that. You've had Batman the last few years that one would play a great Bruce Wayne, but their Batman stinks. Or they'll play a great Batman, but their Bruce Wayne part stinks. Where back in the old times, everybody that played Batman was fantastic, and the Bruce Wayne was fantastic.
Yeah.
All the way from back in, like I said, in the 30s and in the 60s, which is
campy
with Adam West.
Yeah.
And what I always liked about him, what did they show on Big Bang Theory? Adam West was on there. He said, "I was the best Batman." They said, "Why?" He said, "I didn't have to come in and say I'm Batman." Everybody knew I was. I thought that was funny. But anyway, I liked all the different Batmans all the way up to this last few years, and it's just been, Robert Pattinson. I like him in a lot of things. I don't like him as Batman.
Okay,
but
so,
we're going down the rabbit hole again.
But when you talk about Batman, to me, you got Adam West, Michael Keaton. I loved
Michael Keaton was awesome.
And then they started changing it up with what was his name? Val Kilmer.
Yeah, Val Kilmer.
And then you had George Clooney, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then after that, you had Christian Bale.
Christian Bale was a great character, great Batman.
3 of them, right?
Yeah, 3 of them. I thought the Dark Knight series were fantastic. Very different than those 80s.
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
But then after that, here comes Ben Affleck. And, anyway.
All of those. But when we talk about Aquaman, I don't think that Momoa, I can't fault Momoa for this because he does a great job. Actually, Patrick Wilson does a great job. The Abdul does a great job. It's all of the people are terrific.
Yeah.
It's just I don't enjoy the story as much. It's just kind of lackluster. And when you see them fighting underneath the water the first time and the second time, it's all basically the same thing. So yeah, that's the way I feel, and that's kind of how I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. That's the way I feel.
Did we have any cameos in this? I don't want you to give things away, but did we have cameos?
A couple. Yeah.
Okay.
I won't give them away. But.
Okay. Yeah. Let's not do that in case people like to watch it. I mean, they may enjoy it and that type of thing. Compared to the Shazam.
Well, Shazam is just so fun. Even though it's hokey and but it's fun. It's still not like terrific.
Okay.
I like Levi that does Shazam.
Shazam, yeah.
It reminds me Shazam. So Shazam and Aquaman were both a part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Super Friends and Shazam, the cheesy Shazam. So I didn't mind the cheesiness in the Shazam. Aquaman, I wanted to be a little bit more serious rather than cheesy. However, I didn't mind Momoa's take on that. Again, it's just the storylines they come up with so far. Not been impressed. I like this one better than the first one. So maybe the third one will actually be really great to me.
They're actually going to do a third one.
I don't know if they are or not.
Oh, okay.
Not sure. But if they will.
Amber Heard during the time, I mean, all the production time.
Yeah.
Whatever. She was going through a big old situation with Johnny Depp, and it was broadcast all over everything. Everybody was into or whatever. Does the actor going through stuff that is so public, does that hurt chances for a movie, do you think?
I don't know. It depends on how big. I mean, if it was Momoa going through that and being like Heard was doing, I think it probably could hurt that. Like as we talked about before, Ezra.
Yeah, it was the Flash.
Yeah, it hurt me. As far as me, it hurt my chances of seeing the movie. I will refuse to see it. Heard, I don't care if I see her in a movie. I probably wouldn't go and watch it if it's a Amber Heard vehicle and you're going to see her in every scene.
Yeah.
Because she was a extra there. Basically, she was only in a few scenes. That didn't really bother me that bad. But I think sometimes it does. One of my favorite actors, blanking on the name, he did a lot of great movies, and because of some of the stuff that he did, in his personal life, it's tough for me to watch those movies anymore. It really is. And it's a shame because he made such wonderful movies. But it's just one of those things that when it's kind of like having a friend that you are really close and then find out they cheated on their wife, and
what do you do with that?
What do you do? Because you're supposed to forgive, but it's like going, you just did something that I don't know what to do with. And I think that's the same thing as actors. Actors seem to me, I don't put them on pedestals, and I know they're human, but yeah, if they just like fall off the wagon and have a drunk night one night and get a DWI, I don't care about that. But when they hurt people, that is what
kind of ruins it. Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day about this. Of course, I love retro television. Yeah. That's
same.
And one of the shows that I used to always watch that I loved, that I thought was so great before, was Hogan's Heroes.
Yes.
You remember that Colonel Klink, and Colonel Hogan, that type of thing. And it was fun. It was campy. It was, and all that. And then come the exposés after Bob Crane gets killed. He's murdered because he's involved in a bunch of illicit, sexual, deviant things.
Yeah. Yep.
And the thing is that then you watch it, you got these documentaries or whatever going on, and then I can't look at that show the same way.
Same. I mean, even watching them in real life, I remember I like to watch repeats of like old game shows sometimes.
Yeah.
So there was a show called Tattletales, where the husband and wife would be, one would be here and one would be behind stage, and they would have to answer questions, kind of like Newlywed Game.
Burt Convy?
Yeah. And I remember watching it and watching him and his wife, and I'm like going, he looked so innocent and sweet and wonderful, and just knowing the stuff that he was doing behind the scenes. It just kind of like really kind of I get it.
It's keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean like that. And do you think that people feel awkward about it? I have a feeling that it does affect ratings, or at least box office, or people going to see it.
I'm assuming. I mean, if somebody is acting with you and they know that you've done this, it's got to. I mean, you look at Robert Downey Jr., who's gone through a lot of problems in his life. And you had actors that would not act with him just because of the drug problems, just because he couldn't get, they couldn't rely on him to show up to the set. And then the person that gave him a big chance was from Lethal Weapon. And
Richard Donner?
No, Passion of the Christ.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson gave him a chance and said,
Mel went through his stuff.
And he did. And he said, come on, let's do this movie. Let's get, you need to get clean and sober. And he helped him through a lot of that. Jodie Foster helped him, But there are probably a lot of actors. I know there were a lot of actors that said they refused to work with him. There's actors that refuse to work with people because sometimes they're rude on set. So I'm assuming that if you have just this major thing that's happening, that it would bother some people. I'm not sure about Ezra. Like I said, that bothered me a lot, but I'm not acting with them either.
So I'm just scooping on this thing. This thing received mostly negative reviews.
Yeah.
So but anyway, this is our review, and couple of questions. Well, you already answered. You don't know whether they're going to be another sequel to this.
Right.
And I did ask you about cameos. We're not telling you who. We can't do that. I don't think we ought to do that. But, wokeness, any of that kind of creeping in there?
Not that I can remember. If it did, it didn't make an impression on me.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Not that I can think of.
All righty. Now, here's the big one. From 1 to 10 reels, what would you give this?
I'd go about 5.
5, half and half.
Like I said, I had fun. I had fun with it. But,
Flip a coin.
Personally, I think that it's a really good one to see on the big screen.
Yeah.
However, nowadays a lot of us have big screens at home.
Oh yeah.
So it's a little bit, but if you go see it at the movies, I would suggest a matinee. I mean, I wouldn't want to spend, $15, $20 on.
Yeah. Don't go broke. Spending $100 in the evening okay. All righty. Okay, well, great. Now we're going to the one, I think this, I'm not sure, you said something before about Leave the World
It's called
Behind.
Leave the World Behind.
Okay. We're going to show, I tell you what, let's go ahead and show the trailer, and then we're going to come back and discuss this.
I went online this morning and I rented us a beautiful house out by the beach. I figured if I made the reservation and packed our bags, it would eliminate most of the reasons to say no.
Oh, this is nice. Kids look so happy.
The Wi-Fi isn't working. Get a pad.
I'm so sorry to bother you, but this is our house.
This is your house?
We were driving back to the city, then something happened.
You want to stay here, but we're staying here.
We need to get them out of here.
I need to think everything's gonna be okay.
Everything is gonna be okay, isn't it?
We are seeing ongoing cyber attacks across the country.
Something is happening, and I don't trust them.
Everything I know, I have told you.
I don't believe you.
I would do anything to protect my family What you do is your business.
Get in the car right now!
Haven't you been picking up on what's going on out there?
Whatever it is, it's happening to all of us.
I just want to know, what is the truth?
Okay, leave the world behind.
Okay, so here's one of the things. I wasn't going to watch this movie. I didn't really want to see it. It was just kind of, it's a doomsday and let's scare 'em type of movie. So I really wasn't going to watch it. The only thing that was a draw is I love a lot of the actors in here. Julia Roberts, which I absolutely love her from years ago. I've loved just about everything that she did back then. Plus, she gave ugly guys like me a reason to live because she got married to a country star that looks like he was. He's not a very handsome guy. But I love it.
Okay, yeah,
so which I love it.
Good
But he's not not a great looking guy, but he ended up marrying Julia Roberts. So anyway, got Julia Roberts. It's got Ethan Hawke, which I absolutely adore. Ethan Hawke. I think that I love a lot of his independent movies. He's just such a great actor. And if you ever get a chance to see Before Sunrise, there's a trio of those movies, and they're just such a good movie. So it's just about him and a girl meeting on a train in I think it's Italy or whatever little city. I don't know what it was, but it's such a great movie. But anyway, I digress. And Kevin Bacon.
That's who.
And also it had. And I always forget how to pronounce his name is, but
Mahershala
Ali, who's also a great actor. See, Green Book is just a great movie with him.
Yes.
So, all great actors. I was not really wanting to see it, but somebody had asked me on the website if I'd seen it, and they want to know my take on it.
Okay.
So here's the thing. The movie is about this family of four. It's Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts married, and they bring their two kids, and they're going off to this little area, and they're going on vacation. It's a nice little rich house, and they go in. And as they're there for that first night and enjoying the house, a knock comes on the door. They start getting like issues first. Their internet's not working and stuff like that. And a knock comes on the door, and it's this couple. It's a father and daughter couple, and they're coming in, and it's the owner of the house. And they say, we've had some issues, and we want to stay the night. We'll give you half the money back. And they're kind of like questioning why, especially Julia Roberts is going, I don't trust this. And it goes from there. This is the whole story is about being isolated and something happening to all the computers, and we're just down. Everything's down. So it's like kind of the worst nightmare of us where we don't have any communications, we don't have anything, nothing's working, everything's down. It goes for the fear factor here. It goes to try to scare you. And while I don't mind that, I just think that it just was a little bit like in your face, trying to scare you. I didn't think the acting was good. Julia and all them did a great job. They always do, but I thought a lot of the other actors were stiff. I didn't think the acting was good. I didn't think the story was that great. It was just so-so. It was if it wasn't about the whole, what could happen if some other country or we do and something, do all this attack. then it really wouldn't have been worth the movie. The other interesting thing to note here that was kind of interesting is it was executive producers were Michelle and Barack Obama.
Yes.
And I heard a story that the producer had said that Barack had called him and told him the story about a lot of the true things about this, and it scared the crud out of him. And he said it really scared me. And he was like going, wow. I'm doing this, and I'm getting scared about it. So to me, it was a lot of propaganda to scare you. Mm-hmm. The other thing that I saw in it was several times. I don't want to say this, but it just seemed like, and I don't know how the book is, but it seemed like it was anti-white a little bit.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because where you didn't have to put in race, there's several spots in there that do.
Okay.
The owner and his daughter have to be black. And then, of course, they show up. If anybody had a stranger show up to their house while they're vacationing, you're going to be questioning about it. But, of course, it has to be wine, that the whole black thing came in, wine. Then they had a prepper in there, a doomsday prepper.
Okay.
Who happened to be a little bit more hillbilly, hickish.
Oh,
he was that. I know a handful of preppers that call themselves preppers, and none of them were that way. None of them were hillbillies. So you have this nice, big, fancy place, but then you have the hillbilly that's over there that's a prepper. And that when the black guy comes over and asks him for help, he's going, I'm not helping you. I'm not doing this. So he's like that way. Like I said, I can't really say much else about the movie. I didn't like it. It just seemed like they wanted to scare you. Okay. Now the idea of this happening is something that maybe, I've thought about, is what do you do if this happens? You know, it is one of those things that make you think. So in that case, it did. But the movie itself, if it wasn't one that made you think a little bit, the movie itself was kind of basic. And not great acting by everyone, and it's slow, and
we have a great thought. We have a great, deep thought that you could think about, makes you think. But we are not putting it together per se as good.
Yeah, and it seemed to me like, and I don't know for sure, this is just the way I thought, as they're putting this together, and there's stuff inside the movie as you go along that is political to one side and bashing on one side.
All right. Well, it's good that, that's...
And maybe it's just me picking up on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it definitely is there, I think. And so I picked up on the little things on that. And I think it was more of anti-conservatism. I'm not saying that was a huge part of this, but it just those underlining things that I saw that maybe I can pick up on that I don't know. If you guys want to make comments and tell me what y'all thought about that and see if y'all saw the same thing, I'm kind of curious. Yeah. The movie is rated R, and it's got a lot of cussing in it, big cussing.
Yeah,
and it's got. It's more of it's not sexual stuff. It's like innuendos a couple times, but more than anything, it's just kind of bloody violence type of things. You see some things that, where bodies have been planes crashing, you see bloody bodies, stuff like that. Not like you did in, it's not like Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like that. But it is,
that first scene of Saving Private Ryan, really, when they got off and walked off the boat, and boom,
and you start eating popcorn, you kind of put the popcorn back there. It's not like that, but it is a lot of violence. It's very scary as far as, for some people, I think this could be scary. To me, it was just boring. But
Okay.
I just felt like it was trying to scare you too much.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to warn you about maybe what
that,
could happen later. Maybe scaring people to feed that fear for people. You know, I'm not sure. Not sure.
Okay.
But it was so divisive on some of it.
Yeah.
We have enough divisiveness in this world as we don't need it.
Okay. So let me, before I get into that. Okay. Sam Esmail, who's the guy? He's the dude on this.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever watched Mr. Robot?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I've heard how
I watched
a lot of people
most
said
of
that was really
I've
good.
seen most of that. Yes, it had some. Yeah, it was weird, but it was very end times ish.
Yeah, I've heard it was very well written.
Very, but extremely well written.
Yeah.
To me, what you're telling me is they got this guy who just came out with something like Mr. Robot. He said Rami Malek was the dude in there and played a really. It was so twisted. Anyway, but it was end times ish and stuff like that. I give you that feeling. And so we got a guy that can do this. We got all these A-list actors.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they just they don't get it right.
It's not the actor's fault. You know, it's the material. And like I said, it moved too slow. I read after I had put together my review, I was reading some other ones, and I remember I hate the ending. I absolutely hate the ending. I think it's a stupid ending. And I remember reading something where someone would go, "Well, the ending is a point." Okay, I get you, but it still doesn't go anywhere. I'm not going to tell you all the ending. I don't want to. If you're going to watch a movie, I don't want to spoil that for you. It's not like a tremendous bad ending, but it's just there's some endings that I hate because I call it lazy writing. You know, I remember one movie years ago I saw, and it was like about relationships, and they did it, and there was all these things, and you're trying to figure out, are they going to end up together? Are they going to end up together? And they stopped the movie, and nothing happened. There's like, you just see them meeting up around the corner, and that's all you see.
No payoff.
And you go, I call that lazy writing. Or when someone, because you know, back in the 80s, we had so many movies that said it was all a dream. And I remember after the fourth one that I saw, I'm going, okay, it's been done before, move on. You know,
that was after the Penuel Dallas episode.
Yes,
the shower scene when it was all a dream.
So so I think this is a lazy ending. But to me, honestly, I think the lazy ending was better for me than to have to sit through another 10 or 15 minutes of explanation of something else.
Okay.
But I didn't care for the movie. If it wasn't the subject, it just the fact that it's just not great writing and not great dialogue. The subject made it interesting to watch because I wanted to see how it turned out as it went along.
Yeah.
And the ending wasn't a great payoff.
It wasn't a payoff.
That's my review.
All righty. Now, you had mentioned something about, you know, this backwood hickish dude that's stocking up cans of food and stuff like that.
Won't let anybody near his property.
Won't let anybody be. So, and it has to be a white guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you feel that this? Do you feel that this movie had stereotypes in it?
I think some, but I mean, mostly it was just about there were just a couple things that I think they could have, like, let's not talk about race. Look, if the end of the world is going to happen, why would you even worry about race? I don't think anybody should be worried about race anyway. So I'm going to put that right there. I don't care black, white, red, yellow. As the Bible tells us, we're all made the same.
That's right.
I don't care.
That's right.
But I just don't see that if the world has come to an end, why do we worry about having race in that whole scenario? I just think that's silly.
It is.
It would just.
It is, and it doesn't make sense. But the thing here is, how can I put this? I don't know. Whatever you think about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, whatever. But the thing is, from what I'm reading, from what I've seen, they had influence into this movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were, like I said, they were.
And if it perpetuated division between the races, that says something. I'm not going to say it. I want you to think about it yourself. It says something about their influence.
Yeah.
And what their philosophies are, their belief system, or what have you. And if they are fueling division,
yeah.
Frankly, I don't think, end of the world, whatever. I don't care if it's the end of the world or it's not.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be fueling division among races. That's
among
wrong.
anything. Yeah. So I want to say this too. I mean, now I don't, like I said, never read the book. So if the book was that way, they put it as the book was. So could even be not even.
It could be.
It could be just that's the way the book we read, but yeah, if the book was written that way, then I wouldn't. I think it'd still fall clearly and squarely on the writer. I don't know how much of influence they had on that, except for probably telling the story about the scariness of what really could happen.
And you make a good point. I mean, if the book itself perpetuated racial division, then it's going to seep into the movie as well.
And it's like I said, it's not in every scene. It probably would have been more fun if it was something like that in every scene, because really a lot of the scenes were boring. But no, I'm just kidding about that, because I don't want racialness in any of the scenes. But it was just light, just a little bit, but here and there, little bit of comments that probably shouldn't have been commented on. Probably should have been. We make comments about stuff in movies when the real world's not really like that as much.
Yeah.
And so I just think that that was just something that I just saw as a running theme off and on there. Now again, there were, the main guy, there were the main two guys, Ethan Hawke and Ollie, Mr. Ollie, we have black and white, and they were working together. They, doing all that.
Well, that's
but,
good.
You had that, but you still had those little bitty things a couple of times.
And,
but,
here's some white racial stereotypes that we see in movies, and I've seen these many times. First of all, if it's a church or religious person, they're a crazy person.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Or they're a thief, or they're trying to put the whammy on somebody, or steal their money, or what have you.
Yeah.
And then as this dude with the stocking up all of the canned food and all that for the end of the world. There are a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
And there's one Jim Baker.
Yeah.
Remember the old Jim Baker? He's up north, and a lot of his programming pushes buying end times type of stuff, because at the end of the world is coming.
I personally know 4 or 5 people that are they stock up on stuff for emergencies, for stuff like that, and in case something does happen, they are survivalists. They do that, and like I said, it's funny because not a single of them were white hicks. I'm sorry, but I know some white hicks. I do know that, but these were not, and it's just one of the things that I really wish we could stop the whole stereotype of any kind of race, religion, anything, because it's like even when you talk about religion, and whenever I talk about religion, people go, "Oh, there's a bunch of child molesters in religion." I'm going, "Okay, not really. There are some things that happen with that, but you can't condemn a whole group of people over a couple of people."
I don't think Jeffrey Epstein was religious.
No.
He had pedophile island.
But it's. I think that we need to stop. And the movie, Hollywood does this to just about everything, where they have these stereotypes and things.
Yeah. And
whether it's a comedy, which they're making fun of the stereotypes, which I think is a good thing. Mm-hmm. As we talked about, American. American literature.
American.
Yeah,
yes.
we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yes, yes.
So that was funny, and that was really saying this is not right type of thing. That's the way to do it, not to do movies. And shows where you do perpetuate.
And again, if the book had perpetuated that, it's just carrying it forward.
Just
but the thing is
that
then, in our day and age, in our time where we're at with the division and the Black Lives Matters and the riots and all the stuff that's going on, and they're saying that there's systemic racism and everything. Why put something out there that is just going to perpetuate this type of thing? Yeah.
I actually, there's a guy that I watch that likes, he does this thing called Black, White, and Gray, where he actually interviews. He actually lives in the Austin area and everything, and or I think it's San Antonio, if I remember right. But he does this thing where he does man on the street type of thing. He's had, let's say 4, maybe 5 episodes of this where he's talking to the black community and going, do you see racism in your life all the time? And 99% of the time they're saying no. We live side by side and there's not any problems. And the world needs to know that the movies are pushing this way beyond the bounds, and that the media is pushing this way beyond the bounds. And while there is, and I'm not going to say there's not racism. I would be an idiot to say that, because there is racism out there. But I would say you're never going to stomp out all racism, because there are always going to be people that think they're better than someone else. But why push this as an agenda in a movie or anything like that? Now, I'm not saying they did this as an agenda in this one, but you can definitely see underlining tones. So that's all I've got to say on that.
Okay, all right. And another positive, Mahershala Ali. He's from what I understand, they're going to get him as the new Blade in Marvel.
Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, that's going to be good. He's a really good actor.
Actually, if you haven't seen Green Book, I think that's one of his best movies. I like him in just about everything I've seen, but Green Book.
We got Kevin Bacon in here too.
Kevin Bacon.
Did he dance for it? No, I'm kidding. Let's go messing with the Footloose thing. All righty. Okay. I don't know if I want to. I think we've already answered some of the questions. The wokeness.
Yeah, we've answered all that.
And all that. Okay, so let's get to the bottom line. 1 to 10 reels. What would you give it?
I'm going to go 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I don't think, to me it was just, again, where the 3 comes from is that it was an interesting thing about what would happen, and you kind of put yourself what would happen. But if you took that away, it's a boring movie. It's really not that good of a movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All righty. Well, Russell, you've given us 4 good ones. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to try to, as we go into 2024, we're going to, hopefully we get some, like you said, that we're going to try to catch up on our movies and stuff like that, but just let us know. But anyway, we'll be back in hopefully within a couple of weeks or whatever, and showing you some new reviews. Again, let's summarize.
Recap.
Recap. We've got to figure out that word. The Boys in the Boat.
Yes.
How many reels?
I believe I said 8.
8.
Yes.
Okay. This is Fantasia. The Color Purple.
9 reels.
9 reels. That was really good.
That was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. And then Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
That's 5.
5.
Middle of the road.
And then Leave the World Behind.
3.5.
3.5. All righty, folks. There you have it. Our reviews are the reviews here from Real Perspective on your on the shows. Some of these are already on streaming. Some are still on the movies. So you gotta, and they will make their way to streaming.
Yep.
Sometimes I do have to be honest, Russell. Sometimes I say if it's not that good, I'm just going to wait and maybe see it on streaming when it comes there.
Yeah, I do.
But anyway, that's the way we do it. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time on Real Perspective.